Now, here we have to say that how this circuit that can be makes a stabilization of the operating point. We have seen. After that, next that is a parameter, stability factor. Stability factor, the value of its stability factor for this voltage divider bias, that is equal to 1. Now here we have to take on, this is the stability factor. Stability factor of this voltage divider bias, that is equal to 1. And this is the smallest possible value of the stability factor. Actually, smallest, we have to take the stability factor that is equal to 1. As there is a value of a stability factor as low as possible, it is a, then this circuit is excellent circuit, better circuit, and therefore as a value of a stability factor is a lower, the biasing circuit is a better. Therefore here we have to say that the stability factor of this voltage divider bias method, that is equal to how much value? 1 value. Actually, value of stability factor 0. As 0 value, then we can say that it is very excellent circuit. But we does not obtain the value of stability factor 0. For voltage divider bias method, we have to get the stability. We have seen the stabilization, how resistance RE that can be provides a stabilization. But stability factor of this circuit, that is equal to 1, and this is the smallest possible value of a stability factor, and therefore this biasing method provides a more thermal stability. Thermal stabilityचा इफेक्ट म्हणजे टेम्परेचर वाढलं, कमी जास्त झाला, पाऊस पडला, कमी जास्त झाला, त्याचा इफेक्ट आपल्यावर होत नाही. लेक्चरला आपण लगेच अटेंड होतो. सकाळी 9चं लेक्चर असलं तरी बी अटेंड होतो. काय विद्यार्थी उशिरा उठतात, काय विद्यार्थी लवकर उठतात. 12च्या लेक्चरला जास्त प्रेझेंट राहतात विद्यार्थी, 9च्या लेक्चरला विद्यार्थी कमी प्रेझेंट राहते. आहे का नाही? लवकर उठलं पाहिजे, प्रेझेंटर राहिलं पाहिजे. नाउ लेट अस स्टार्ट न्यू आर्टिकल. सेकंड आर्टिकल 1.2 फर्स्ट टॉपिक, सेकंड आर्टिकल multi-stage transistor amplifier. Second article, two-stage transistor amplifier or multi-stage transistor amplifier. Now here we have to say that, we know that amplifier circuit in BSc part first we have seen the amplifier circuit. That means this amplifier circuit, that means there is a voltage divider bias circuit, collector resistance, emitter resistance, voltage divider resistance. This circuit also acts as an amplifier circuit. Now this amplifier circuit, it is insufficient to drive the output signal. You know that what is the use of an amplifier? Amplifier is to the output of amplifier we can connect a speaker, to the input of amplifier we can connect the signal from the mic, and here we speak. When we speak here, there's such a signal, sound energy that can be converted into the electrical energy with the help of a microphone. या मायक्रोफोनच्या सहाय्याने साऊंड एनर्जीचं कन्वर्जन इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी होते, and such a signal is given to the amplifier circuit, and this amplifier circuit that can be amplifies this signal. Whatever may be the speak, such a small sound, such a weak signal that can be amplified by amplifier circuit, and such amplified signal is given again to the speaker, and speaker that can be convert this electrical signal into the original sound, loud sound. Large sound that can be produced by a speaker. Now here we can connect only a single stage transistor amplifier, only one amplifier circuit. Then we does not get the large sound. We does not have get the large sound. Therefore, this single stage amplifier circuit is inefficient circuit to drive the speaker, to drive the output device. जेवढा बोलतोय तेवढाच जर स्पीकर मधून आवाज येत असेल तर कशाला एम्प्लिफायर सर्किट यूज करायचं, कशाला स्पीकर यूज करायचं, आहे का नाही? And therefore, output of a one stage amplifier is connected to the input of a other stage amplifier. through the coupling device. That means here we have to say that output of a one stage. That means we can connect number of amplifier, cascaded amplifier. That means we can cascade the amplifier, we can couple the amplifier. How we can couple? Output of a one amplifier is given to the input of a other amplifier. Then it is called as a coupled amplifier. Then it is called as a cascaded amplifier. And according to type of a coupling device, there are different type of a coupled amplifier. There are different type of a multi-stage transistor amplifier. Therefore, which are the coupling device? When we done this is one amplifier, this is the other amplifier. This amplifier, first amplifier, this is second amplifier. Output of this amplifier is connected to the input through the capacitor. Through the capacitor. In the circuit, there are collector resistance, voltage water resistance. Therefore, when capacitor is placed in between two amplifier circuit, capacitor that can be Biasing capacitor, we can connect the amplifier circuit. Then such a circuit is called as a RC coupled amplifier. When we use the transformer in between these two amplifier circuit, that means transformer that can be couples output of this one amplifier to the input of another amplifier. Then it is called as a transformer coupled amplifier. And when we can directly connect it, output of one amplifier is directly connected to the input of another amplifier, then it is called as a direct coupled amplifier. Therefore, here we have to say that what are the different cascaded amplifier? Cascaded means coupled amplifier. What is meant by cascaded? What is a coupling? Output of a one amplifier is connected to the input of another amplifier. Then it is called as a cascaded amplifier. Then it is called as a coupled amplifier. And there are three types of a coupled amplifier. There are three types of a cascaded amplifier. First, that is a RC coupled amplifier. Second, that is a transformer coupled amplifier. Third, that is a director coupled amplifier. In RC coupled amplifier, which component that can be used? Capacitor that can be used. Which coupling device that can be used? Capacitor that can be used. Therefore, such a circuit is called as a RC coupled amplifier. Now, in transformer coupled amplifier, transformer is connected. In direct coupled amplifier, there is no coupling device. Therefore, it is called as a direct coupled. In transformer coupled, transformer is used. In capacitor is used. Why here we have to use the cascaded amplifier? या ठिकाणी कॅस्केडेड एम्प्लिफायर का यूज करतो, कपल्ड एम्प्लिफायर यूज का करतो? Because single stage amplifier, only one amplifier, is inefficient to drive the output device speaker, and that's why it is essential to connect output of a one stage to the input of a other stage through coupling device. Is called as a coupled amplifier. It is also called as a cascaded amplifier. And which coupling device that can be used according to this, the name given to this cascaded amplifier or name given to the coupled amplifier. When capacitor is used as a coupling device, then name given as a RC coupled amplifier to this coupled amplifier. When transformer is used as a coupling device, then this amplifier circuit as a coupled amplifier circuit is called as a transformer coupled amplifier. If there is a no connection, connection is essential. if we can connect output of a one amplifier circuit directly to the input of a other circuit, then there is a no coupling. We can connect directly through wire. Then it is called as a direct coupled amplifier, and there is a no coupling device. Now we have to see the most important article. That is a RC coupled amplifier. In each and every question paper, voltage divider bias and RC coupled amplifier, that can be asked compulsory. Therefore, we have to study the new article, two-stage RC coupled transistor amplifier. That is the second article. multi-stage transistor amplifier. Now we have to see only the not transformer amplifier, not direct coupled amplifier, but we have to see the two-stage RC coupled amplifier. Why? We have to study the two-stage RC coupled amplifier because its advantage is large, its cost is small, its frequency response is well, and due to this, here we have to say that this RC coupled amplifier is most important. Now, after that, now many amplifiers that can be discovered. That is a differential amplifier, operational amplifier. This is the operational amplifier that can be used in IC, and this IC that can be used in your computer, that can be used in even TV receiver, radio receiver, and therefore in mobile. Also, on a single IC, a number of circuits that can be fabricated. And by using this small circuit, such a small circuit, that can be included in this small IC. Therefore, how many number of, or how large a component that can be fabricated in this IC, and such IC that can be used in motherboard of a computer system or TV receiver system, audio amplifier, video amplifier, detector circuit, such a circuit that can be used in this TV receiver circuit. And how this circuit that can be prepared, how this circuit becomes. Here we have to study initially, it is fundamentally, basically, we have to see the two-stage RC coupled transistor amplifier. We know that this is the voltage divider bias method. Resistance R1, R2, this is the transistor, collector resistance, emitter resistance. This circuit is a voltage divider resistance. Here we have to apply the VCS supply. Here we have to apply, how we can remember this circuit, how we can draw this circuit. Therefore, we know that the voltage divider bias method. This is the resistance R1, this is resistance R2, this is collector resistance, this is emitter resistance, this is the transistor T1. That means this is the voltage divider resistance. Now we can use the coupled device, capacitor. Instead of a capacitor, we can use the transformer. Then it is called as a transformer coupled amplifier. When it is connected directly, no coupling device is used. Then it is called as a direct coupled amplifier. How it is simple. Now here we have to say that here coupled device is a capacitor, and these are the resistance, collector resistance. These are the voltage divider resistance for transistor, this transistor. This amplifier circuit. This is the amplifier circuit. We can remember that. This is the amplifier circuit. What is the amplifier? Amplifier is the electronic circuit. It is made by using a transistor that can be raises the strength of a weak input signal. Now here we have to say that this signal, input signal coming from the mic, it is coupled in through device called as a C1, capacitor C1. C1 is the couples the input signal. C1 का है capacitor. It couples the input signal. C3 is the capacitor, coupling device, couples the output signal. इथे जे आउटपुट तयार होते amplified output, हे काय मिळते ट्रान्सफॉर्मरला दिले जाते. म्हणजे how we can remember the circuit, how we can draw the circuit. Here capacitor, here initial important capacitor, coupling device. Here also capacitor. This is the voltage divider bias circuit. This is the voltage divider bias circuit for transistor T2, for transistor T1. And we can apply the input signal, which is to be amplified. And we have to get the output signal. This output signal is connected to the load, RL or speaker. RL means speaker. Now, here we have to give the explanation. When we draw this circuit diagram, then we have to get the 40% mark, 50% mark. Therefore, what is the RC coupled amplifier? With neat circuit diagram of RC coupled amplifier, explain the RC coupled amplifier. We can explain the RC coupled amplifier with neat circuit diagram and advantage and disadvantage. This question is asked for 7 mark. Therefore, how we can draw the diagram? Initially, we can draw this first amplifier circuit, single stage of a amplifier. It is connected to the second stage of a amplifier through coupling device. C2 is called as a RC coupled amplifier. Now here we have to say that Phi1 represents input signal. Here we have to get the output Phi2 signal. Now here we have to say that here we have to say that this is the emitter capacitor. That means here we explain this circuit operation, advantage, disadvantage. Now resistance R1, R2 and RE. You know that resistance R1 and R2 are the voltage divider resistance. Such a resistance that can be provides a proper bias for transistor T1. RE is the emitter resistance. This RE, it is a emitter resistance that can be provides a stabilization of a operating point for transistor T1. RC is the correct resistance. Now this is about this circuit. C is the bypass capacitor. This C1 for transistor T1. It is a bypass capacitor. The value of C is large. We can connect the large value of C, about 100 microfarad, 1000 microfarad. As value of a C is large, therefore its resistance is small. You know that reactance of the capacitor, it is given by the equation in VAC part first. We have seen the topic alternating current. In this topic, you know that the reactance of the capacitor, it is given by the equation 1 divided by J omega C. Alternating current topic पहला है. तसं 1 divided by J omega C. As C increases, reactance decreases. Reactance decreases means impedance. Reactance is nothing but impedance. Reactance is nothing but resistance. It is AC resistance, AC impedance. It is called as a reactance. It is a resistance, capacitor resistance, AC resistance. And therefore here the value of C is large. Your reactance here is small. Resistance is small. Therefore high current that can be flows through this. AC current that can be flows through this C. That means AC voltage developed here, such AC voltage that can be passed through this C. Now this is about the bypass capacitor. We can say that C represents bypass capacitor. It passes. Bypass means it passes AC signal from this AC emitter signal to the ground. इथे जे AC emitter signal जे तयार होते ते कुठे पाठवले जातात, ग्राउंडला तयार पास केले जातात. त्यामुळे इथे AC करंट डेव्हलप होत नाही त्या REच्या अक्रॉस, फक्त DC करंट काय होतो, डेव्हलप होतो. Now also what is the function of a C1, what is the function of a C2, what is the function of a C3? C1 is the capacitor. This capacitor and this capacitor is different. Same capacitor is same, but value of this capacitor is a small. Value of this capacitor, it is a large. This capacitor that can be used to couple the input signal, that can be passes AC signal from one side to the other side. इकडून AC signal इकडे पास केले जातात, इकडचे AC signal इकडे. कसं आहे ते, कसा पोटेन्शियल आहे, कसं व्होल्टेज आहे, त्यानुसार ते पास केले जातात. कॅपॅसिटर C2 सुद्धा तसंच आहे. इट पासेस AC सिग्नल. इथं जे AC तयार होतंय, हे एम्प्लिफाईड सिग्नल आहे, ते कसलं असतं, ACच असणार आहे ना, ते का DC असणार आहे का? नाही, ते DC नसणार आहे. ते AC सिग्नल काय केले जातात, पास केले जातात फ्रॉम वन साइड टू द अदर साइड. आणि इथं we have to get the large amplified signal by using this amplifier circuit, by using this transistor that can be passes from this one side to the other side. Therefore, how we can explain two-stage RC coupled amplifier? Now, initially, in this RC coupled amplifier, coupling device that can be used as a capacitor. कुठलं coupling device use केलेलं आहे? Capacitor is used as a coupling device in order to pass AC signal from one side to the other side, and it blocks a DC voltage. This DC voltage is not passed here. This DC voltage, it is not passed here to the input signal. That means it passes. What is the function of a capacitor? It passes AC signal and blocks a DC voltage. DC voltage काय केलं जातं? ब्लॉक केलं जातं आणि AC signal काय केले जातात? पास केले जातात. We can remember that. Resistance R1 and R2 and RE provides a proper biasing for transistor T1. Resistance R1 dash, R2 dash, RE dash provides a proper biasing and stabilization of the operating point for transistor T2. RC is the collector resistance for transistor T1. इथलं बघूनच सांगायचं. RC dash is the collector resistance for transistor T2. C is the bypass capacitor for transistor T1 and T2. The value of a C, it is a large. Value of a capacitor of the C, it is a large. And so that its resistance is small. Therefore, it passes a AC current. And it blocks a DC voltage. कुठलेही कॅपॅसिटर जर घेतली तर ती काय पास करते? AC voltage. काय ब्लॉक करते? DC voltage. Here in this way we can explain. Now after that, this is about the circuit diagram. हे जे आहे ते काय आहे? सर्किट डायग्राम विषयी आपण एक्सप्लेन केलं. After that, here we have to explain its operation. How we can explain the operation? Now this is the input signal. It is the AC signal. Such AC signal passes through the capacitor C1. With this capacitor C1 blocks the DC voltage. And such AC signal, it is given to the base emitter circuit. And here this is the C amplifier circuit. Common emitter amplifier circuit. Emitter is a common to the input side as well as output side. Therefore, such a AC signal, it is amplified by using this transistor, and amplified signal is developed at collector of the transistor T1. And this amplified signal, it is an inverted signal. That means during positive half cycle, here we have to add the collector, we have to get the negative cycle. During negative half cycle of AC input voltage, here we have to get the positive half cycle at the. That means the inverted signal. That means there is a 180-degree out of phase between output and input. Such a signal is given to the also transistor T2. And this transistor T2 again amplifies this signal. And this transistor T2, it is connected in C mode. Therefore, again we have to get the inversion. That means here there is a negative half cycle, we have to get the positive half cycle here. Here there is a positive half cycle here, here we have to get the negative cycle. That means in this way we have to get the same signal. That is amplified signal at the output. And this amplified output circuit, that means this amplified signal that can be drives the output of the that means drives the speaker. Now after that we have to see its advantage and disadvantage. Frequency response is excellent. Cost is low. एखादा खाऊ घेतो आपण, त्याची कॉस्ट किती आहे? जास्त असली तर खातोय का? जरा स्वस्त तर मस्त असले म्हणजे जरा बरं राहतंय, आहे का नाही? तसे हे ऍम्प्लिफायर सर्किट, इट्स कॉस्ट इज व्हेरी लो. आणि कॉस्ट लो असून रिस्पॉन्स, फ्रिक्वेन्सी रिस्पॉन्स we have to see in next period is a large. Frequency response is a large. After that, disadvantage. Voltage gain and power gain is low. त्याचा गेनच कमी, voltage gain and power. आणि impedance matching is a poor. 10 वाजलेत, असेच शनिवारची लेक्चर 2 होतील आणि शुक्रवारची लेक्चर जर वेळ असेल तर असेच 2 घेऊया आपण. तुम्ही सांगा काय करायचं? कोण बोलतंय? शनिवारची लेक्चर कशी रेकॉर्डिंग थांबवतो वाटल्यास रेकॉर्डिंग. शनिवारची लेक्चर 2, शुक्रवारची मी तुम्ही म्हणाल तर 2 लेक्चर घेऊया. कोण बोलतंय का? घेऊया का नको? नको असलं नको, होय असलं होय. तुमच्या मतानुसार नंतर मला सांगा. थांबूया या ठिकाणी. घ्यायचे का नको? 2 लेक्चर घ्या. बुधवारी जरा शुक्रवारी जास्त विद्यार्थी असते ते, त्यामुळं आपण शुक्रवारी